Today we'll talk about the movie named Combustion. In the movie, Ava robs James, but things get wild from there. Oliver gets caught up in the chaos with car chases and unexpected twists. This movie is packed with action and surprises. Keep watching to know more. At the start of the movie, we saw a girl named Ava arriving at James's house. James met Ava at a club, was a waitress, and then he took her home to spend time with her. But Ava had other plans. She began her scheme with James right then and there. Ava tricked James by pretending to go to the bathroom and then opened the back door. Her real boyfriend, Ethan, and his friend, Nano, entered the house wearing masks. Ethan pointed a gun at Ava and James, making it clear to James that Ava was in on the plan. They demanded all the money James had, threatening him with harm if he didn't comply. Terrified, James opened his safe and gave them all his cash. After the robbery, Ava joined Ethan and Nano outside, and James was shocked to see her with them. They all got into the thief's car, revealing that Ava had deceived James and helped in the robbery. Ava, Ethan, and Nano then went to their hideout, which was actually a garage. Ava's job was to lure men to their homes and then rob them. The group planned their next heist and targeted a man named Oliver, and get him to bring her into his house. Ava felt uneasy about this plan because it seemed risky, but Ethan managed to convince her to go along with it. The next day, during Grace and Oliver's engagement party, Ava arrived to serve drinks. When Oliver was alone in the parking lot, Ava saw her chance. She approached him and used her charm to persuade him, which worked, and he agreed to go with her. At the club, they got to know each other. But soon, James showed up with a friend. When James saw Ava, he became interested and started following them. Ava quickly took Oliver and fled, driving away in his car. Oliver was an excellent driver, maneuvering the car expertly and losing James in the process. Oliver then asked Ava why James was chasing them. Ava explained that she had borrowed money from James and needed to return it. Ava called Ava because he liked her a lot, not knowing that Ava was planning to take advantage of him. Ava visited Oliver, who took her on his private jet, and fulfilled all her wishes because he had plenty of Grace's money. Grace had told Oliver he could spend as much as he wanted, but Oliver was using the money on Ava instead. Ava asked Oliver if she could see his house, and Oliver agreed. But instead of taking her to his current home, Oliver brought her to his old house, where he lived before Grace. Ava was surprised to find out that Oliver was not falling for her trap. She made an excuse to leave and told Ethan that Oliver might reveal her to Grace. She worried they could get caught if they stayed in the game too long, so Ethan agreed they should find a new target. In the next scene, Oliver chased Ava because she wasn't answering his calls. He saw her in Ethan's car and started chasing them. They ended up at a car race where Ethan was competing. Despite the tough competition, Ethan won the race, and Ava was pleased. Oliver realized that Ava was with Ethan and that she had been tricking him. Oliver had once been a professional Formula One racer, but had stopped after an accident years ago. Now he couldn't race because of Grace. Seeing Oliver's skills, Ethan invited him to join his team for the races. They organized another race at night, where Ethan and Oliver competed closely. However, the race was illegal, and soon the police arrived. To escape, Ethan and Oliver sped away and hid their car. After hiding, they walked away calmly. Oliver asked why Ethan was so worried, suggesting they could just pay a fine and leave. Ethan didn't want to involve the police because he was already wanted for crimes with Nano and Ava, who were thieves. Oliver didn't know about this, so he drove away, but ended up getting caught by the police. Police showed Oliver photos of Nano, Ava, and Ethan, asking if they were part of the race. They revealed that these people were thieves. Oliver was shocked to learn the truth about Ava and the others, but denied knowing them. When Oliver got home, Grace yelled at police about their plans. Ethan needed to do something, so he invited Oliver to the club. There, Ava made Oliver drink a lot while dancing with him. Ethan also mixed drugs into Oliver's drink, causing him to pass out. Ethan time with Ava. Oliver agreed right away. While Oliver was too drunk to notice, he cleverly took the keys from the girl's purse. Ethan then left Oliver with the car in a remote area. He took the car keys and left with Ava. When Oliver woke up, Ethan called him and said the police were looking for him because he had stolen the car. Ethan warned Oliver to forget about them and not contact them again, or he would be reported to the police, ruining his life. Oliver was terrified of his mistake. Ethan then told Ava that they needed money to leave town. He planned to race against a guy named Tom for $200,000, betting all his money to win. This way, they would have enough to leave the city. Ava was furious, saying it was crazy to risk all their money. She refused to give Ethan any money and said she'd rather be with Oliver, who at least cared for her. Ethan ignored her and took all the money she had. He went to Tom, but when problems arose, Tom won the race, causing them to lose all the money. Now, Oliver had only 3 days to give Tom the remaining $100,000. Meanwhile, Ava came to Oliver and confessed she had started to like him, asking for his forgiveness. Oliver forgave her and accepted her. But then Ethan arrived at the house and told Ava to come with him as soon as possible, because Tom would kill him if he did not pay the money. Ava refused to go with Ethan, saying she did not trust him. Ethan told her he would wait at the airport the next morning, 8 a.m., and then left. The next morning, Ethan waited for Ava at the airport, but she did not show up. Tom arrived with his goons and confronted Ethan, accusing him of trying to flee. Tom took Ethan to his hideout and beat him badly, even breaking his arm to ensure he could never drive again. After this, Tom sent a photo of Ethan in this condition to Ava, hoping she would come to rescue him. Oliver was obsessed with Ava and not Ethan, seeing so many pieces that Oliver would die seeing her. Oliver was terrified and did not know how to get the money since he had already broken up with Grace, who had no money. Oliver then came up with the idea to rob Grace, just as Ava and Ethan had robbed. Once inside, Oliver opened the back door, allowing Ethan and Nano to enter, posing as thieves. They pretended to capture Oliver to avoid Grace's suspicion. Grace, frightened, opened the locker, but there was no money in it. Ethan accused her of lying, claiming all the money and jewelry were elsewhere. Grace realized that Oliver was also involved and angrily opened the second locker. She slapped Oliver hard, feeling betrayed despite giving him everything. Oliver apologized and promised to repay her. After robbing Grace, Ethan and the others went to Tom, but Ethan stole some of the money for himself. They gave Tom the remaining money, and in return, Tom released Ava. Oliver then shot Ethan in the leg and took the money from him. Ava and Oliver left together, leaving Ethan behind. In the final scene, Oliver returned to racing, but not professionally. Instead, he started doing illegal races with Ava by his side. Both of them seemed very happy. The movie ended here.